So these are some of the fitting items for the rear anti-roll bar, and what you can do is these normally go in these links, and if you push out the middle part then you'll be able to get these out of your ring brackets. And here we are reinstalling it, so I'm going to do reverse, so a little bit of grease, not too much for it collecting all the grime underneath, but a little bit of grease just to get us in nicely. And then once that's in place we can press home these bits. I've tried to clean them up as best I can. They're not brilliant, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so with a bit of grease and a bit of leaning onto a piece of wood, you can push these in by hand. So I know they're not perfect, but they're a lot better than were, and ready to go on the car. So that's where the front brackets mount on the pivot of the axle. I've fitted one on each side now, and then there's a ring shape, well, a bracket with a D in it that mounts to that, and that will hold the bar in this way. Now the rear mounts actually go through the middle of this center post of the rear axle, and you have to drill those out. So if you drill them about 10.2 millimeters, then the bolt will easily drop through, and then there'll be a washer that goes above that with the L-shaped bracket. So that will be next. So another thing was that when I bought this second-hand anti-roll bar kit, the washers that come with it, so these washers actually go on here against the bush, and you can see that they're quite thin and a little bit deformed. So I wanted to improve that, so I've actually made some stainless steel washers which will go on here instead, and we'll make sure that the sandwich around the bush stays correct, it doesn't deform. So just a little upgrade, if you like, over these thin and rotten washers. And then these are the big ones that fit, like I was just pointing at the center post on the rear axle. These fit on top, and the bolt goes through to pick up the bracket under there. So yeah, nice stainless, won't rust. A little upgrade. This then is the anti-roll bar in position. Nothing is tightened up yet, but you get the idea of how things go. We've got the stainless washers over here looking nice and beef. The bolts that I had lying around to fit this, I've used M10s, and are not stainless, so I'm going to get some stainless ones. This one might be a touch long, so I may get 5mm less long on that bolt. And then these ones, I'm actually waiting on some 5/8 proper nuts to fit the thread. These are M8 nuts, which would probably work, but I have got some 5/16 imperial nuts on order. And so yeah, that's what it's going to look like in position, and should do some wonders for the handling as well as look good. So there it is, the Whiteline anti-roll bar in position, dry fit anyway. We'll tighten everything up once we're happy. None of this is actually properly tight yet. None of these bolts are to the specified torque, but I'm just waiting for everything to be in position and to be happy, and then we can tighten everything properly. So yeah, thanks for watching. Onwards and upwards.